Guys, big day today. Today's going to be kind of a boring video. I'm going to be yapping here at the beginning. I'm going to put a time right here where you can skip ahead to the actual video. And that is where we are talking about what it's going to take to put the OBS cab, it's there, I promise you, it's on the other side of the bed, on the NBS, the 2001 chassis. Now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about just where the body mounts on the cab. That was it. I guess where how the body's going to mount to the cab. So these 6 mounts right here. I'm not much of a cat person, but I tell you what, when you got a barn or a shop, they're pretty beneficial to have around because they keep all the critters away. But anyway, this is probably going to be one of the last few videos that I do on this project for a little while. We will be stepping away from YouTube for a minute. I'm going to explain why. I'm not doing the typical douchey thing that everybody else does, but I got to weigh my options here. This is a hobby. I have an actual career. So what we're going to do, because the housework still continues, and there's plenty more after that, what I'm going to do is get the suspension finished up on the truck. That way I could set it down. And really all we need is torsion keys to make that happen. And then I need the actual steering shaft because currently we have the OBS one on there with the NBS steering column. But anyway, what we're going to be doing is some of this 4x4 that I have here, we're going to end up lag bolting it through the body mounts there, and then probably throwing a 2x4 on top, and then doing like a little couple cage pieces on the back underneath, you know, to go across to support it. Some of you have no idea what I'm talking about because I'm doing a horrible job explaining it to it, but I bet you Bogma understands what I'm saying. And we're going to set the body on that way, probably do the same thing with the bed. That way it's on there, that way that's out of my way, and this can move. Ultimately, that's simply just because for right now the house is kind of taking priority. We really want to move out of this shithole state. It is simply that. Also, the world is losing its freaking mind. So, anyway, you're going to see this thing go together. Yes, it's going to be remotely half-assed. It'll be secure enough where I can put it on a trailer and I can take it down the road and not have to worry about it. Hopefully that's some foreshadowing. It's really not. It's not confirmed. We haven't even looked, but, you know, hopefully it's one of those where shit works out. But anyway, end of the video. So real quick, thank you to those who understand where I'm coming from and why I'm doing what I'm doing. And thank you to those that made it through that long-winded explanation. I'm going to go ahead and throw you guys up on the tripod. I'm going to grab my cheat sheet. This is why I need a cheat sheet, because I can't speak. We'll go over this. Real quick, these measurements aren't 100% down to the finest hair. They're within reason. If anybody's ever done body work before, there's play in everything. That way you can adjust it and make it perfect. Okay, just for reference, I did this with not only the chassis, but I did it with the cab. That way everybody can kind of keep up with me. This body mount here, we'll call this position 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to try to put stuff up on the screen, numbers and all that, kind of like a kid's TV show, learning show. It's not an insult to anybody. It's just so that way if you got to pause it, write this shit down, by all means, take it. It's the whole reason why we're doing this. I got my cheat sheet here. These measurements are all on center to one another. So from position 1 to position 2, on center on the chassis, we have 3 feet 7 inches. On center from position 1 to position 3, we have 6 foot 3 inches. Now again, these are on center. Then we have we're gonna go across the chassis now. Now keep in mind, this chassis is wider than the OBS, and you're gonna see that here. So from position 3 to position 6, we have 4 foot 5 3/4 inches. From position 2 to position 5, we have the same measurement, 4 feet 5 3/4 inches. And then up here at the front, we get a little bit narrower. We have 4 feet 4 1/4 inches. And then one more quick thing to note, the height on the rear cab mounts, so 3 and 6, are higher than 1 through 4. 1 through 4 are level with one another. But 3 and 6 on the NBS, they are 4.5 inches taller than the rest of the mounts. Now, you're going to need to know this because on the OBS, they're, I believe they're taller. Could be wrong. Okay, now we're going to switch gears. Now we're going to get into the cab. And again, we're going to position these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why do I keep saying Anyway, we're going to do it just like we did on the chassis. So that way, hopefully, again, I'm going to put numbers, everything up on the screen. That way, if you guys got to hit pause or anything like that, you can screenshot it, you can write it down, and compare the two and decide if this is the route you want to go or not. So from body mount 1 to body mount 2, we have 4 foot even. From 1 to 3, we have 6 foot 1 inch. From body mount 3 across the chassis to 6, we have 4 foot 4 3/4 inches. Now remember I said that the OBS was narrower. From 2 to 5, like the NBS, 4 3/4 inches. And here's where it gets weird on the OBS versus the NBS. The front's actually wider, which I thought was kind of interesting, but I guess it makes sense for how much narrower it is. But from position 1 to position 4, we have 4 foot 5 1/2 inches across. And again, just like the NBS chassis, positions 1 through 4 are all the same height, they're level. But positions 3 and 6 are 2.5 inches taller than 1 through 4. So just something to keep in mind, because I've seen people set these cabs on the newer chassis and they pop down at the backside. So just something to keep in mind. Now again, all of these measurements, they're not 110% spot on. I didn't get under there with a fucking micrometer and break it down in vernier scale, but you kind of get the point. It gives you something to work with. Again, there's going to be some play in there. It allows you to adjust the body and get everything set right. And that's also kind of why we're doing it the way that we're doing, is it gives us a chance to move the body forward and backwards and side to side and tweak it just right, because I want to make sure that I get the wheels on center of the arches for not only the bed, but also for the front fenders. You know, not only does it have to be, you know, cool, it's got to look right. I don't want to cut any corners on this. But again, it's a temporary thing. I do got to finish putting the suspension and steering on the other side. We do need to get our torsion keys, because I got to make another video explaining why it is that I'm doing what I'm doing. But again, most of you could probably figure it out. We got to get out of where we're at. We absolutely hate it here. And honestly, it's time to go. It really is. So even though that it's going to be a temporary solution, setting the body on, it's going to be really, really hard to fight that inner need, that urge to put the rest of the truck together, because I'm going to be looking at my truck. I'm going to be looking at it for the first time in 4 years, 5 years, whatever the hell it's been. It's been too long regardless, but another time. I am going to finish, because I started a video on it. I am going to finish the... I'm looking right at the goddamn thing. The radiator core support, what it's going to take to get it to mesh from the NBS to the OBS. Like I said, I've already started. I got some visuals in front of me. Yeah. Anyway, you guys know what to do. I'm not going to bug you with all that shit. Take care. God bless. Don't be an asshole and steal all the fuel. If you don't need it, don't take it. Be good to one another. We'll see you on the next one, guys. We'll see you.